real travel photography dead? Or is it just evolving? Smartphones, AI, over-tourism have led to a homogenization of travel images. But perhaps that's why real travel photography still matters. Let's break it down. Everyone's a travel photographer now. Computational photography, filters, instant sharing, beautiful but superficial photos. There are endless photos of the same spot. Just scroll Instagram. Even experienced photographers queue up with hundreds of others to capture exactly the same location in exactly the same light. A few years ago, I was in Istanbul and I happened to be sitting next to a photographer who was running through the shoot list with an Instagrammer. And they literally were doing stereotypical shots. A few hours later, I was up at the Hagia Sophia, one of the most beautiful buildings in the world, and there were dozens of photographers taking identical pictures, identical poses of these same Instagrammers in the same location. It was all exactly the same. And the reason for it? Because people click on it. Modern day travel apps have optimized us for convenience, not connection. This puts us in a very comfortable bubble where we don't need to actually engage. And that leads to pretty but very bland looking images. Uber has replaced haggling with the taxi driver. Google Translate means that you never have to learn a word of the language. You can scan a menu rather than engage with a waiter. Booking apps, maps, all designed to help you keep moving but never engaging with the culture or the people. You can literally visit a country now without ever talking to a local. That's not travel, that's tourism. And that makes the travel photos you take holiday snaps, albeit pretty ones. Travel now is cheaper, it's faster, but it's much less connected. Over-tourism has led to staged, inauthentic moments. Again, a scroll through Instagram will show endlessly similar shots. There's a complete lack of imagination, as well as no desire to actually understand the place that they're visiting. Take this shot for example. I stood here for 5 hours to get the right light. In those 5 hours, dozens of people, perhaps hundreds of people, stood behind me, all taking the identical shot as me. Now, they didn't actually take the identical shot as my final image because I waited for the light to be right. But it's a cliche shot. It's the shot that you kind of have to get when you go to Bruges. I did my best to get the very best image that I could from that shoot, but it was still a cliche. Moving on to this shot, this is also Bruges. It's the next morning. It's just outside the tourist bubble in an area called Minewater. And it's not a stereotypical Instagram image. It's a shot that is a real travel shot. It gives a sense of place, a sense of location without actually showing what that location is. This image has sold more than the night shot of Bruges simply because it has a feeling to it. It has a mood to it. These days, it's much harder to find untouched stories. Sadly though, these days you don't even have to leave home to take a travel photo. Tools like Midjourney can invent travel images. But here's the thing. The cities never look right and the landscapes look too perfect. AI takes beauty, but not the heart and soul of the place. Those cars, buses, people, and even wildlife never existed. More than that though, AI doesn't know what it's like to actually stand there. It doesn't feel the light, it doesn't hear the noise or see what's really happening. And that's what's vital in capturing authentic travel images. But all is not lost in the world of travel photography. Real travel photography is about connection. It's about connecting with a culture, connecting with a location, connecting with people. I've met many locals around the world, many of whom are eager to show the real location, the real place, the soul of a city. A good photo starts with listening and not just clicking. These images, for example, were taken just because we spoke to the taxi driver in Colombo, Sri Lanka. He recommended we visit this beautiful temple, the Gangaramaya temple. I hope I pronounced that right. This image was taken in Havana Centro. It's a place that many tourists do not visit, and yet it is so full of potential, it's hard not to get great shots. All that tell true stories. Having friends in Cuba, they were able to tell me the places to go to get shots like this. It's quintessentially Cuban, it's stereotypically Havana, yet without resorting to cliches. It's not about what you shoot, it's about what you see. Anyone can shoot the ruins of Machu Picchu. It's now a classic Instagram spot. But what about looking the other way, finding the beauty in the less obvious? This image here is taken more or less the same location as all these Machu Picchu shots, just looking the other way. A rainy night in Saigon is not the perfect place to get your Instagram travel shot. But look harder, ignore the rain, and the images that you will get will really convey a sense of that place. Travel photography is also about slowing down. Henri Cartier-Bresson called it the decisive moment. And it's something that AI can never recreate. And it's something that we as travel photographers can use to make our images stand out from the Instagram crowd. This shot, for example, is probably my best ever shot. And yes, AI could have created something like this, but what it couldn't have created is the story of this shot. Now, the story is actually relatively simple for such a dramatic image. The ship in the image had a passenger whose luggage didn't arrive on time. The ship that I'm taking the photo from picked up that luggage and caught up with that ship. The luggage was then transferred by a dinghy. You can see the dinghy in the shot close to the other ship, and the passenger got his luggage for the rest of his Antarctic cruise. A simple story that led to a dramatic image that no AI app could ever recreate. It's about the story, not just the image. This image here was taken in Ghent, at more or less the same trip that I did the Bruges shot earlier. I was standing on the banks of this canal, taking the skyline of this beautiful medieval city, and I saw this speedboat. And I realised that I had to get my shutter speed down nice and low to get some motion in that speedboat, but also to keep the background of this beautiful buildings absolutely sharp. It's a moment in time, it's a decisive moment, and it's something that will never happen with AI, and it's something that never happens with pre-planned and posed Instagram images. Travel photography isn't just about beautiful scenes, it's about showing what a place and culture feels like. Every photo should tell a story, how people live, what the streets look like, how the light hits a market at dawn. This image for me is how a travel photograph should be. It's both stereotypically French and yet a unique moment in time. It avoids the cliché of the location, yet embraces a feeling of France. The Eiffel Tower is in the shot, but it's in the distant mist. The person walking across the bridge is both smoking and a musician, giving the whole scene a uniquely Parisian feel, yet one that will never trend on an Instagram feed. These are the photos that stick with me. Not just where I was, but what it was like to be there. So is travel photography dead? No. However, it needs to be more meaningful than ever. Yes, the tools have changed, but our curiosity hasn't. To be a travel photographer these days, you need to avoid the cliches, embrace the culture and engage with the locals. But let's be honest, that's how it's always been. In reality, the homogeneous pretty pictures that you see on Instagram are not travel photos. They are simple clickbait moments from people that neither care or wanted to understand the place that they were in. The world is still out there. Go and explore it, photograph it, but most importantly, engage and understand it. So what does travel photography mean to you today? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends, and if you've really enjoyed it, a thumbs up and a subscription would be absolutely fantastic. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.